Alalu puts his arm around Prince Anu in a condescending way, and he says, "Even though we have different parents, we both descend from the same ancestor. Let's live in peace and help Nibiru turn to plenty together. Let me keep the throne, and you can take care of the next king." Meaning, let me be king now, and then the next king will start from your line. And he said to the council, "Let Anu be crowned prince, let his son marry my daughter, and let the heirs unite. Let him be my successor." Anu then bent down in front of the council. He said the following to the group: "I will be his cupbearer and his heir." And then they talked about Anu's son marrying his daughter or vice versa, but they had decided that it was best that a son of Anu then take wife of one of Alalu's daughters. And guess who these two were? Fast forward a little bit, let's cheat. The son of Anu that ends up marrying the daughter of Alalu is Enki. And the daughter of Alalu that marries Enki is Dankina, which becomes Enki's first wife. So this was the accord, and it was written down in the royal records. In this way, Alalu stayed seated on the throne, and he started looking in to how to save the planet. He called upon the wise people, geniuses, and commanders. Alalu was a very intelligent man, and he was fascinated by learning, and the ones that taught him the most were the geniuses of Nibiru's time. So he consulted with these scientists, geniuses, elders, commanders, and he learned a lot, and this helped him decide what to do. He ordered for boats of heavens to be built, which are spaceships, and his plan was for them to go to the hammered bracelet where they knew that there was gold and get the gold from there to attempt to try to repair the breach in their atmosphere. Unfortunately, this mission failed dramatically. None of the boats returned. They were all crushed by the hammered bracelet. So then he says, "Let weapons of terror be created to cut open Nibiru, and let the volcanoes erupt again." He then gave the order. His plan was to build these bombs, these nuclear bombs, and have them set off inside of volcanoes to attempt to make them activate again. That way, if they were active, they would start belching, and technically this would be a possibility to save Nibiru's atmosphere. So the weapons of terror were loaded into the boats of heaven. It is described as this: chariots in the sky were loaded with terror missiles, and they fired from the sky into volcanoes. It's described as the mountains moving. The mountains moved as bright light and thunder exploded, making all of the valleys shake. There was a lot of happiness in the land, and there were hopes for plenty. In the meantime, Anu was in the palace, bearing the cups for King Alalu. Anu would bow to Alalu's feet and hold his cups. Alalu was the king, and Anu was his servant. Unfortunately, none of the strategies and plans worked. Nibiru was still in danger. So when they saw that with time, Alalu, even though he tried, was not getting anywhere and not getting anything done, this is when Anu, he would look at him with anger, disgust, and rivalry. He never was able to swallow that pill, where he did not become king and Alalu was, because in Anu's mind, he has the pure seed and succession law on his side. And Anu didn't make it a secret to saying that Alalu was a pompous